Hello, this is Cosmic Ninja, and I just want to say welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button.
Hey guys, as you know, this is Cosmic Ninja, and this is the Planet Zoo. This is one of those mini zoos I've been working on in spare time, free time, just for fun. This one is a definitely incomplete zoo. This one is roughly started. I stopped working on it due to um, going back to school. So this one is just in limbo. I will eventually finish it, and when I do, I'll do another video showing the completion of this zoo and its name, because right now it doesn't have a name. I call it the zoo in Pacifica. I do that on zoos that I'm just not sure what the name's going to be. I just need something to put in the naming box to save it. But its official name is, well, not available because I don't have one. Um, So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and start the tour of what it is right now. This tour actually starts with inside the main building because that's where they enter at. This building it has the teleport pads in it. I bulldozed the main entry doors, and then they go out over here. There's the turnstiles that lead out to the park. They can purchase food and drinks and all that stuff before they actually enter the park. They can go left or right. It all takes the same pathway when you first get here. Um, in the middle is a small little gift shop. This is a pre-built gift shop that the game does. I didn't build it. I just planted it. Straight ahead is the mute swans. Um, as you can see, there is no barrier. The mute swans is actually one of a handful of animals that don't need an actual hard barrier. It can have the invisible barrier because it doesn't mind being out there among people. The Indian peafowl, the lemurs, um, the farm animals, alpacas, stuff like that are all good with that. If we had left past this giant tree that's blocking my thing, we'll come across the American flamingo. It is doing very good. It was one of the first three animals put in here. Meat swan, American flamingo, greater flamingo. The greater flamingos on the opposite side of the main building. Just mirror each other. Over here is the Bengal tiger. Like I said, it's not completed. As you can tell, there is the tiger, so they're actually in there. Has a closing roof. There are some cameras. It's just I don't know. We have a central area. Eventually, my plan was originally to put a bunch of trees and stuff down the middle, just to give it that park like view. Um, Over here is what's called the House of Reptiles. It's basically the exhibit hall. If we go into it, it is built at an angle. We can go forward and see snakes. We can go over to the left to see spiders and miscellaneous, or we can go to the right and see frogs. That's really all that's in here. Um, so building this thing at an angle was the hardest thing to do because the game does not like that. But anyways, so that being said, we're going to go down to the left here, past the Bengal tigers, and basically, as you can see, I had started doing some decor stuff. I got some outdoor trees and stuff. Right here is the entrance to the fossa. Um, that is what those are. This is the first zoo I've actually ever put them in. I've usually skipped these, and this is the zoo that I now know why I skipped them because they are very hard to alive. Going back out, there's this long pathway that goes back this way. We'll start on this path heading back, um, and then we'll come back up the other side. All right. Over here we have the saltwater crocodile, the red crowned crane, the proboscis monkey. Its name is up on the wall. This is the most completed side of the park in the entire park. Um, there are trash cans and people still throw the food on the ground. As you can see, there's the animals. They're very happy. I've got trees and stuff. I've got climbing stuff. There's just endless for them to do. Um, they come out over here. They'll head over here to the Red River Hog and the Mandrill. Here are the Red River Hogs, and well, there's the Mandrill. This is also the very first park I've actually used the Mandrill. It is a hit. They like this thing. Um, so I'm happy with that. We'll go all the way out to this exit, and we'll follow down to the Jaguars. The Jaguars may be a little bit harder to see, except one is literally right there, and then there's a cub right there. There are a lot of Jaguars in here. They're actually doing really good. There's a lot of foliage. I spent a lot of time on this, as you can tell, between the different plants and stuff and making it look good. So, and we'll come back and turn left again. We're back at the Fossas. So, in the spirit of things, we will turn left again. And we hit the Okapia. Here's what they look like. They are very hard to keep alive. This is literally the fourth batch I have bought for this. This is the one of the last things I did. That's why I remember it. Because I have a post-it note here that actually tells me. Because I kind of write notes and stuff for when I'm ready to record, so I can read off of them. Um, so yeah. And then the zoo kind of abruptly ends right there on this end and turns right. Over here is a small little food court building. Um, in the back half of it is administration stuff. A little doorway there. It was built around the same time as the last time I put the Occupy in there. We keep following down, we'll come across the Asian water monitor. There's one right there. We'll follow it around to the backside. Um, I know a lot of people build their zoos and they build them with these small little habitats and stuff, kind of match just two. And that is great. I want a vast zoo, so um, but yeah, that's why my habitats I try to overindulge and overenlarge each habitat. But the dole is also in here with the monitors. They get along fine. Bunch of trees, bunch of trees, bunch of trees, bunch of trees, bunch of trees. And we're back over here to American alligators. Good. We'll just turn here and go all the way back towards the front. All right, over here, we're back at that intersection. There's the reptiles, Bengal tigers. So instead of going right, we'll go left, or left, so we'll go right. Here's the American alligators. They are in there. There's one right there. Several. So those doors lead to administration stuff. The girl. Yeah, it's there. All right, we have another food court. This one is actually at the corner where the House of Reptiles of Night in. This is the busiest food court I have ever built in my life. It is fully furnished, fully decorated, fully everything, and yet it is packed out, especially at the entrance. Next to that is a path leading towards the Galapagos tortoises. And then you can go back out this side over here where the food courts was, and you come up to the Bière tie up pear, or you can go out the other side and get to a different animal. We'll come back over here. This one leads to the Komodo dragon. There's several right there. I don't want to miss the tapirs, because those are also the first time I put those in the game too, or I've used them. There they are, and the capybara. So we'll head on down. The giant otter is next to them. Okay, so they're doing pretty good. And we'll keep coming down. We're done the Komodo dragon. Over here is the platypus building. This is a huge building, and the reason why is that it has two levels. There's the underwater level, and then there's the above water level. Those two buildings right there are under construction. And we go that far. Like I said, there are platypus in here. Um, I might change it up to hippos. I don't know. I built the building first. I had an idea for an animal, and then I changed my mind and went with the platypus. So I'm kind of just torn what I'm gonna do with this building. I like the design. I like the layout. I like everything I've done with it. As you can tell, the building does great. It's fully enclosed. So, all right. Now we're on this side, heading back towards the main park area. We'll first come up to this pathway, and we'll take it back down towards the other entrances, past the platypus building. That path over there is going to lead to employee areas. Tomato Dragon over there. This is the cougar. There's one right there. This one is actually going to be good on the cougars. This is the sitting pavilion to learn about it. That is done. This is another side of the cougar habitat. This is the gray seal. It's doing pretty good. I use the underground exhibit hall things. And we go that far. Oh, that's just a giant tour. Alright, and then over here is the greater flamingo. And it's a short tour. It's not long because there's not much to this. Okay. All right. So we came back all the way around to the entrance. Like I said, short tour. You have an idea for a name for this zoo and what it has so far. I'm open to suggestions. If you have some ideas on some expansion areas of this, please let me know. Leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and definitely hit that like button. Like I said, this one is under a lot of renovation and construction in general. It is definitely not completed. There are some areas that are more complete than others, but it is not complete. And with that said, folks, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Later.